GM, we are live. We are back. What a weekend it was. I first want to say thank you all so much. There was so much support. You all were so awesome cheering me on, and really wanted to bring home the Dawg Bowl for all of you, but just thank you. It was an absolutely incredible experience. I had so much fun. Chris, let's freaking go. Good morning. Hey, good morning to you, Chris. Appreciate you so much. Yeah, big hiatus. It was family stuff combined with the travel, and just it was more difficult than I thought. I thought I'd get a couple more streams in while I was out, but appreciate you so much. Hey, go AZ Cards. It was a total pleasure meeting you. You are as awesome, or even more awesome in person than online, I have to say. And you're pretty cool online. So, hey, go AZ Cards. A true pleasure. Hey, great dude. Thanks so much for hanging out. It was so great to meet you. Well, you can catch the replay. We're doing timestamps these days, so you are good. The Dad Candles has come back. Hey, good morning, Joel. Appreciate you. Appreciate you, Joel. Yes, the return of the king. Good morning, Hartman. Appreciate you so much. Let me pull up. Yeah, don't look at my NBA. It's not great. All right. I can pull up the Dawg Bowl results here. Congrats on the Dawg Bowl finisher, says Joel. Hey, thank you so much. Thank you. I know Chad's there because he's messing with buttons. Yes. I hope I have not messed. Oh yeah. I was a little bit late. I apologize. Hey, Thomas Awad, GM to you. Appreciate you so much for coming and hanging out. Likewise, Stephen GA, GM to you, Stephen. Ingle X, one of the good ones. Second place finisher, a true gentleman. I was sweating with you at the end there, Ingle X. Hey, second place, absolutely incredible finish to you. Well deserved. Amazing team you put together. So, and it was such a pleasure meeting you, Ingle X there. Captain James, likewise, GM to you. It's so great hanging out. Mike, Chad, mornings back to normal. That's it. We're back. We are back. Sladen, hey, good morning. I know it's a huge day. And we will get to BBM advanced rate stuff. But yeah, it's all happening. It's all happening. But yes, Ingle X, it was an absolute pleasure meeting you. Hopefully next year we will be in the Dawg Bowl streets again. I did not learn anything from that, Mike Rob. I did not partake in all that much myself as far as changing the mindset during the drafts, but you know what, it's everyone has their own process, and it's only one slate, so you never know. That next year could be the year where that gets it done. Hey, Mythology, morning, chat and chat. Morning to you, Mythology. Appreciate you so much. Appreciate your support. Thanks so much, Mythology. Chris says either Nico or Hunt getting a few more points, and it would ship the Thursday to Sunday PTP. Yeah, I fell asleep for the end of the game. I have to say, but the sweat is why we do it. And I had a big sweat this weekend. I will go over my team. Hey, Pat, good morning to you. Appreciate you so much. So I had 3 teams. I got 12th and 14th. We made a run. We were definitely very close to a pretty nice pay jump. And it's a little heartbreaking, some of these things. So this team here with Burrow, Bijan, Chase Brown, T. Higgins, Luther Burden, this team felt like a wagon. This team felt like a team of destiny. It got up to about 3rd by the very late in the 1 p.m. games with Luther Burden to go. Neither player ahead of me had anyone left, and fizzled out just a hair. Josh Allen converting that 3rd and 15 took the wind out of the sails. Burrow didn't get the ball back again. And obviously we had Burrow, Brown, and Higgins. Higgins clearly playing through a concussion, so we got a little bit of run good there. Kincaid kind of lucky to get a touchdown, directionally accurate with the tight ends against Cincinnati. Knox had a big game. I think he actually may have scored more points than Kincaid, even though he didn't score. Hawes got a touchdown. And then, Luther Burden, Zacchaeus gets the touchdown in there. So it was this lineup was definitely live to at least get in the top 5. This lineup was even more pathetic. This lineup had so much go wrong. This lineup that finished 14th. So we had Josh Allen, RJ Harvey, so far so good. DeAndre Swift, DeAndre Swift got tackled at the 1 on 2 separate possessions, did not get the touchdown. You give either of those, and we got a top 6 team. Jacoby Myers, 10 targets, only manages 12.8 points. And an Alec Pierce touchdown taken off the board. He is dragging his toe. If his cleat is one size larger, Alec Pierce gets a touchdown. And this team is super duper live. So we got Swift, down at the 1, doesn't get it twice. Alec Pierce, touchdown taken off the board. And Juwan Johnson, this is a little bit of a woulda, coulda, shoulda, but he was there in the 6th round. And he wasn't there in the 6th round, I think, most of the time. And my next tight end on the board was Fannin. So if somehow Juwan Johnson's not on the board, this is a Harold Fannin team. I'm not just saying that. Those were my true ranks. I think Harold Fannin was actually drafted by the next drafter in that room. So, and he scored about 22. So we had a lot of things that could have gone right for this team, but they didn't. But you know what? 2 teams cashing in the Dawg Bowl, 108 teams, some of the best drafters in the world. I can't be upset with this. I don't know that I would have done all that much differently. If you want to see my last team, it kind of died on the vine. It was a Baker, Bucky, Godwin team, which in the first 5 minutes of the 1 p.m. games actually felt good. Baker had a passing touchdown to Bucky, and then that game was kind of wonky. Godwin didn't do much. Watson was the bright spot. Judkins had a 60-yard run, and then it was just he got tackled at the 3, and then it was Shadur Sanders' game. So, you know what? I didn't hate this team. I actually thought it was pretty strong. It finishes 56, so it doesn't even get close to anything. But I feel like we had 3 well-constructed teams. So those were the teams. Ended up, 2 teams, 10K. Cannot complain about that. Hey, Fantasy Dog Pound, GM to you. Appreciate you so much. Thanks so much for coming in, hanging out. Greg, GM Candles in the Gate. Hey, GM to you, Greg. GM to you, Chris. That's 10 more. Yes, so it's 30 total, Chris. That's how it ended up panning out there. Copper Pieces, you're my hero. Hey, Copper, appreciate you so much. Appreciate you. So I'll go over the winning teams also here. I just want to catch up with chat. Congratulations. Hey, Terrence, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Terrence. Appreciate you. Yeah, I had some awesome sweats, and that's the thing about sweats is they don't always go well. Like I was sweating and just didn't get it. The touchdowns that didn't go to Swift, they didn't go to Burden either. They went to Loveland and Zacchaeus. It was just brutal. And then 4th and 1, instead of just running the ball, possibly going to overtime, they just throw an interception. I do not understand what was happening in that game, but it was everything conspiring to not move us up the cash line. Loved your teams, went heavy Cincy, Buffalo. Yeah, in my third, so this was the 3rd team I drafted. I actually had a chance to do another Allen team, but you only have 3 teams. I already had 1 Bengal stack. I already had 1 Allen team. I did not necessarily want to be completely in on that game in case it dudded. Maybe that was a bad process, but I thought Bucky Judkins was a nice start. Bucky was my first pick. I was in the 9 hole. The other thing that happened is my 3 drafts. I had pick 7, 8, and 9. So I never had any drafts on the left side of the board. Ended up being fine. I definitely had my chances. But would have liked a few different textures. I kind of took Michael Wilson out of consideration. Maybe I could have pulled him up in that last team because I really did like him, but his ADP was I think in the 20s or so. So he really fell typically over on the left side. A lot of Puka Wilson teams, but just the way she goes. Cognition's team, he wins with Josh Allen, RJ Harvey, Blake Corum, who I think, there were 2 Blake Corum teams. Blake Corum, absolute smash in the last round, 25.6 points. Zay Flowers ended up with a pretty decent game. I'll be honest, the Baltimore stuff was off my board. I was very low on Lamar this week. And by extension, Flowers gets 12 from Pittman. And again, in a 108-person contest, 4.2 points from Brenton Strange was enough to do it. So huge congrats to Cognition 10. This was actually in the first room. I was in the same room as Cognition when he drafted this one. So I thought there was an advantage to drafting late. And Cognition ships the tournament in the first room. So, I drafted in the 1st, 4th, and 5th rooms out of the 9. So I had all early rooms, and, I thought there was an advantage to going late, and the winner was drafted early. One of my best teams was drafted early. So maybe for the future, just something to know. There's not necessarily some huge edge to going late, even if you have all the information. If you just draft a shipper, that's all you need. Terrence asks, how do you get to Blake Corum? Not in a million years. Well, one interesting thing about the Dawg Bowl, it is only 108 lineups. So if you're the only one with Corum, there's I will candidly tell you, I wanted a Byshell Tootin team. I wanted one of my 3 teams to have a deep scroll. I wanted to be the only one in the contest with a player. And I identified Tootin as my guy. And Tootin stunk. So I'm very glad I did not get to that Tootin team. But Blake Corum and Tootin were kind of very similar bets. The second half of a split with a back that's 100% drafted. Both of them, it seemed like they were kind of getting more work as the season progressed. There was good coach speak that Corum was going to get more. They want to save Kyron. So I did see the vision on Corum. I didn't think it was that crazy of a selection. Again, none of my in the room, I didn't get to a build where I wanted a very late running back. But yeah, I mean, huge congrats to Cognition. Angle X, his team, it was an Allen, Etienne, Swift, Michael Wilson, Shakir, and Juwan Johnson. So he takes Michael Wilson at pick 19, ADP of 21. Where did he get Allen? Yeah, so Ingle X took Allen closer to the left. He had the 6th pick. He took Allen at 6, and then Wilson was a little more natural there at pick 19. So not afraid to reach a little bit for each person, and was rewarded with a second place finish. So just neither Cognition nor Ingle X got too anchored to ADP, and they were handsomely rewarded. Awin's team, the top team without Josh Allen, sick team here. Jacoby Brissett, Kenny Gainwell, Puka, Wilson, Olave, and Pitts. Now, Awin was big on Pitts this week. It was really Olave that let him down, but he got the only one in the contest with Kenny Gainwell. So it was a good idea. A very well constructed team gets to Puka, Wilson, Brissett, game stack, and just a couple more points from some of these guys, and Awin is your Dawg Bowl champ. So sick team by Awin there. Steven notes that Pollard had a good game. So speaking of Pollard, Brouhanosaurus Flex, one of the sharpest players over on DraftKings. I talked to him, and my God, this guy is a genius. Like he is. There's a reason he ships everything over on DK, and he took Tony Pollard. He was in the first draft as well with me, and he took Tony Pollard, and everyone was like, "What is this?" And Tony Pollard, absolute smash. Brouhanosaurus Flex somehow identified Tony Pollard as his one guy that he's the only one who had him. He goes Jordan Love, Judkins, Pollard, Watson, Sutton, and McBride. Again, a little bit of run bad from the Judkins stuff. McBride had a wide open target in the end zone late. Brouhanosaurus Flex very easily could have won the Dawg Bowl with a with Tony Pollard in the same way that Blake Corum won. So again, you see some of these ways to get huge leverage on the field, but it's much easier to sit back and say, oh yeah, I want to be the only person in the field with a player. But then when you only get 3 bullets, it is very hard to click on a name like Tony Pollard or Blake Corum. But we saw Cognition do it. We saw Brouhanosaurus Flex do it, and they got there. So again, it was really awesome. It was incredible. Underdog put on a fantastic event. It was so cool meeting Pete and Nez and John, all the Badge Bros guys. Knew me, Hope, Brett, like just the whole gang over at Underdog did a fantastic job, and it was truly incredible. One other thing is I was actually winning the goal line stand. Funny enough, I ended up finishing 12th as well in the goal line stand. Nerdy Tenor finished 2nd with his own Tony Pollard team. So somehow, Brouhanosaurus Flex, I know he does his own sims. Nerdy Tenor does his own sims, and the sim said Tony Pollard against Cleveland, massive smash. So Nerdy Tenor finishes up there. He finishes in 2nd and 11th. Weird Frank, the team that won, ended up being a Blake Corum team. So this was the 12-person contest with 6,000 entrants. But my team here in 12th was actually winning it at one point into the late slate. Fell a little short. Sam Darnold, RJ Harvey, Jalen Warren, JSN, T. Higgins, and the Fannin bet. I told you guys I was not lying about being big on Fannin. Ended up with him in the goal line stand, but of course not in the Dawg Bowl itself. So that is my tale of this week. But absolutely incredible. We're going to try to qualify again next year. Had so much fun doing that. So now let's see. What am I looking for? I'm looking for my, I am looking for the BBM stuff. Best ball. There we go. So we ended up advancing. I guess this is probably easier on BBMDB than it's going to be on here. So we'll switch over to BBMDB. We pull up and we got 23 teams through. I lost a couple teams last night, which was a big bummer. Yes, I lost 2 teams by less than a point. I did. I lost a team by 0.778 and somehow lost a team with 1,700 points by 23. So I don't know how this team didn't get there, but I was in some kind of death pod. And then let's see, I had another team by 0.22 over an entire season. So, you know, that kind of stinks because I don't think I had any teams qualify by that much. I think it's going to be tough in BBM. I looked through my teams and everyone seems to have some kind of like catastrophic injury or just not look that great, but it only takes one. I'm not going to go through all of them by any means. If I look at the overall portfolio, it was going well, and then just after week 11, we're trending the wrong way, folks. We're trending the wrong way. After spending a lot of the year above, I think at one point I had 40 BBM teams. You know, obviously losing Scatabo, a huge blow, but we are now a little bit below expectation. What are you going to do? Sean's gone to congrats chat. Hey, Sean, congrats to you. Congrats to you. I appreciate you so much. Steven says, BBMDB had a few tournaments not on their site. I had some rookies and sophomores advanced, but it did not show. I would love for that to be the issue with me, Steven, that I could blame BBMDB. But I think in reality, it's just we had a little bit of a below expectation year. That said, you know, I had a ton of Scatabo. I had a ton of Tucker Kraft. I think Tucker Kraft was my highest owned tight end, and Scatabo was my highest owned player overall. So 2 injuries on 2 players that I think were objectively very good picks. That kind of stinks. You know, that's the game we play. You do have to account for players getting injured, but you know, we'll see. Again, it only takes one. Terrence had a terrible season, advanced rate wide. Afraid I've learned nothing. I'll continue to fade Michael Wilson. Terrence, I was fading Michael Wilson too. I was one of those people that were like, oh, they signed Zay Jones. I didn't think Michael Wilson was that good, but it turns out Jacoby Brissett, they let him throw down 35. This is not a Jacoby Brissett channel. Jacoby Brissett's garbage time stuff drives me absolutely up the wall. Every other team will pack in the tent. They just want to go home. Not these Cardinals. They want him to get 400 yards every game. They want McBride to carry every team to the finals. They want Michael Wilson to win comeback player of the year. I don't even think he's eligible for the award because he wasn't hurt last year. But it's just he gets away with it every week, and all the Michael Wilson drafters are getting away with it too. Captain James, were you the person who had crazy badge bros rate until Scatabo got hurt? Captain James, I am. I was advancing like 65% of my badge bros brawls teams because I had 89% Scatabo. I was smashing that tournament. I was absolutely smashing that tournament, and it is funny because I am literally at exactly expectation now. I went from like a 65% advance rate to 19.2, which is what you're supposed to get. So, yep, I told myself if Scatabo has a big year, I'm going to win the Badge Bros Brawl, and I'm not going to win the Badge Bros Brawl. Jackson said, "Well done at the Dawg Bowl. Was a fun time. Hope to see everyone qualify next year." Absolutely. I will be making a run next year, but man, it's tough. It is so tough. So I mean, it could be my last Dawg Bowl. You just never know. I mean, there are so many good players who made a run at it and fell just short. You need some run good to get there. To be candid, I don't max the qualifiers. You guys know I'm not like the highest volume player out there, so we will see. We will do our best. Professional slot receivers get opportunities to step up when people go down and have a built-in floor with route participation. You're talking about Wilson. Yeah, I mean, I didn't consider him in that professional slot receiver category, and he is now shoving it down my throat. So I've learned my lesson. Any wide receiver. Gotcha. Wandale. Yes. Sorry, I don't know why I read that as Waddle, and I got confused. Because that was a weird game, that Dolphins game. I mean, Tyrod getting hurt. That was one other thing about the Dawg Bowl. We had 3 QB injuries of players who were drafted. I think there were 9 total teams that had Tyrod and or Daniel Jones, and then I think Jaden Daniels was drafted on every team. So it was like 18 teams just died immediately. So that it was kind of weird. Bobby Bro, hey, first of all, Bobby Bro, welcome. GM, I hope you're having a great day. Do I know anything about DraftKings Best Ball? Well, it's a lot harder to keep track of. But I do play over there as well, not quite as much as on Underdog. I guess the big difference is their scoring format, full PPR. They have the bonuses for the 300 yards passing, 100 yards rushing or receiving. So it's a different scoring format. But the tournament structures, I think, are overall pretty similar to Underdog. Chad Hunter's on 1,107 seasons for season-long best ball claims not to be volumed. I'm talking about the weekly games, the daily games, Chris. I don't 150 max the daily stuff. I don't 150 max in anything like that. But when it comes to the best ball, the best balls, we do get it in. We do get it in there. I will say that. Appreciate you, Chris. Hartman says, if there's anything you would have changed about context selection for best ball this year, looking back, more or less? That's a good question, Hartman. I think I'm still I think maxing the flagships. We're still gonna do that. I don't know, maybe I would have made more of a priority on the sprint, because I think the sprint is kind of fun. I know I only got 3 teams advancing somehow. I might get a few wildcard teams because it didn't fill. I don't know. I got to think about that. I do like to try to do all the smaller field stuff. If I missed the smaller field one, it was because I had some travel over the summer in non-underdog places, and I think that's what limited me on those. Mathology asking a good question. Were your BBM your earlier drafts better than August, September? Let's see if I go to I'm trying to go back. What am I doing? Sorry, BBMDB. All right. Let's see. Wait, this doesn't show. I thought this showed. Oh, it does show when it was drafted. It looks like my August teams were better, and then I have like 2 teams from like May that popped up in here. But for the most part, it's like it looks to me like the later teams tended better. or the super duper early. That's very interesting. It looks like I'm only seeing 2 teams from June that are advancing, but like this team from May, yeah, this like kind of hyper fragile. This team's kind of fun. Purdy, Dak Young, and then CMC, Taylor, Brees, Harvey, McMillan, Pearsall, Mooney, Shaheed, Leggett, Pat Bryant, Coker, Diami Brown, MVS, and then Kittle, Fergie. That team could win BBM. A little hyper fragile. We'll bring it back to year one, the Herzig plan. But yeah, overall methodology, it seems like I do better later, or like the first day you can do it. Hey, Jake, GM, appreciate you so much. Sladen asking, would Underdog got me self-excluded from Superflex? Pat from Fantasy Dog Pound, very good at Superflex, and same with PPR Tyler. I would if you want to get into Superflex streets, their streams for Superflex stuff, I would absolutely tune in. They do a very good job. Huhames as well. There are a few streamers. I think those 3. I mean, there's other. Davis does a good job with Superflex as well, but those are some of the smaller streamers that do some really good Superflex stuff. I would recommend. Hartman also got smoked in the sprint. Yeah, maybe it's because Jewish McCaffrey is just like soaking up all our win equity. Hartman, I don't know, but yeah, I stink in the sprint. I don't know what happened. If my early stuff was way better than my late stuff, what should my takeaway be? I think clearly Greg draft early. Like, I don't know what to tell you. I would. Chris says he doesn't think it means much for next year. I don't know. I will say I think some people do a really good job of identifying who's going to rise and getting a lot of CLV. Maybe they do a good job predicting some of the training camp battles versus when we have a lot more clarity. And then it's, I don't know, maybe it's more of like a roster construction-y, knowing the room. Like I think some of the edges, I'm not saying the edge is gone, the edges change. So maybe you're just better at some of the stuff that the early drafts need. Or it's just variance. It could also be that. Best ball is so hard, but this year injuries have been impossible. Yeah, the injuries, I feel like we say that every year though. But this year I feel like the injuries really absolutely crushed me. Plus, the highest advancing player might be the player that eliminates half the entries first playoff week in JT. So, Dex and Jart, I have not even looked at this week's slate. I think we'll get to something, but I will be candid. I mean, I was definitely focused on last week's slate, and yesterday I was flying for most of the day. And then when I landed, I just did not have much interest in starting this week's research. I watched a little bit of the Monday night game. I fell asleep at halftime, so I didn't even catch all of that. But we'll be hopping into it. But I did not want to miss today's stream. I did not want to or push it back. Slayton, we got a ton of ADP Travis Hunter early on. Yeah, the Travis Hunter stuff is a little bit unfortunate. I know in the big board there are a lot of teams that got a lot of CLV that ended up being for naught on the Travis Hunter thing. Greg says, I think it's mostly taking advantage of ADP on established vets while everyone goes nuts for the rookies. Yeah, see, I go nuts for the rookies, Greg. That's the problem. That was my mindset in Jan, Feb, March. Yeah, I have a lot of like embarrassing stands on like Damian Martinez, and I don't think he's even on a practice squad at this point. A ton of Jack Betch. Like, what if? Maybe he starts getting more. Maybe Kenny Pickett can unlock him. I don't know, because it's not been good so far. Hartman is telling Greg it could also be worth looking back and seeing if you were higher on a certain guy early and it skewed. Like in May, you were pounding JT or JSN. That could be coincidence. Yeah, there were also like pockets where if you were into like the Rams stuff, you could have done very well, because there were discounts on Puka and Devontae when we thought that Stafford might have some issues. All right, so I think that's probably good. I wanted to see where this team is. The team that we drafted on stream with Pete. I was in that bash team, and I was at the end, and I drafted Daniel Jones. So it hurts to see him go down in flames. I thought there might have been another injury on that team, but it looks like it was really just losing Danny Dimes. But with Herbert and CJ Stroud, I guess that's why you do the 3 QB stuff. But that team lives on, and ended up being pretty strong. We brought up the rear on that team with the Jonnu Smith pick, which has contributed 0.9 points. I'm sure those were extremely valuable points. And I think Woody Marks. I think that's who the other pick I made was. Let me see. I'm curious. It was Danny Jones, Jonnu Smith, and Brashard Smith. So I really did not contribute all that much to this team's playoff hopes. But Danny Dimes, an important advance rate piece over there. All right, let's switch back to the Dawg app, and let's see. All right, you know what I need to do? I need to do some time stampage. All right. Intro. Dawg Bowl recap. Appreciate you all putting up with me here. All right, BR1. All right. And let's see what the slate looks like. Let's try to hop into a BR. And we'll find out together. We will find out together. All right. So if anyone wants to hop in, we're waiting for 2. Hartman, something for sure, slowly turning to the dark side, about to dial up some spreadsheets. Yeah, worth looking up to see what's going on. All right, so you guys are going to be taking advantage of me in this room. Slayton, yeah, we thought that Stafford was in was in some kind of cryogenic chamber. So we got Hartman in the room, we got J-Dubs here, and myself at the 5. If we look real quick. Yeah, interesting running back slate. I mean, just off the rip, seeing James Cook at 13, even against New England, that feels low. Saquon against the Raiders at 15. I mean, the Raiders defense is awful. Yeah, kind of wild ADPs. We just saw Etienne smash. I think Nick Chubb got hurt, so Woody Marks at pick 30. You got, I mean, this is a deep slate. I guess it's because nobody's on bye. So this is going to be super deep. I forgot how week 15 can get like this. So let's see. What do we want to do? Do we want Jamar Chase? I think we just take Josh Allen. I haven't looked at the quarterbacks yet. I've looked at the running backs, but we have seen him absolutely nuke. Got to think they're going to be pushed against New England. This is a huge game. I think if Buffalo wins, then they're back in contention. If with another New England loss at the 1 seed, I think. But we'll take a Josh Allen shot here. All right, let's see. Chris says JT gets Seattle and then the Rams in week 15 and 16. He's going to be a low advance rate player to week 17 with a backup QB. Yeah, I got to think about that. I think running back seems so deep. I'm going to go Nico Collins against the Cardinals in this one. We'll go Allen, Nico. We'll see what the room gives to us. Running back seems like it's there's a ton of depth there. I'm a little leery about the Jonathan Taylor stuff, as you note, with the backup quarterback. But yeah, we definitely could see Jonathan Taylor be who you need in week 17, but really struggle in the weeks leading up to it. You're definitely making a good point there. Terrence, is there a worse / better cocktail to stifle production than Arthur Smith, Aaron Rodgers, and the Pittsburgh Steelers? Yeah, it's tough. Although, Metcalf did not have a bad week last week. Metcalf ended up doing fairly well. So we see Saquon go at 15. Yeah, there's still enough running backs to where I think we can do some scrolly stuff. J-Dubs takes Kittle. I'll just take McBride on the opposite side of this game. I know we're all scared of Houston's defense, but I'm gonna just bet on talent and sheer volume from Jacoby Brissett here. If you can't beat him, join him. I do think Stingley on Wilson could be a problem for Mike Wilson, but we'll see. We will see. Yeah, 48% advance rate for is that what JT's ended up being? That's awesome. I mean that is crazy. Joel has not seen CMC go 1. Haven't not seen CMC go 1. Okay, that makes some sense there for sure. I'll take Etienne against the Jets here. The Jets, yeah, I don't know how serious this Tyrod injury is, but I mean, talk about things that could have happened in the Dawg Bowl. A-Chain could have scored 50 points easily. I mean, that could have been just an absolute nuke, and his rib injury derailed what really he could have just been the guy you needed. And if you didn't have a top 3 pick, you were cooked. That slate could have gone that way, like Gibbs from 2 or 3 weeks ago. Yeah, Terrence, the Jonnu stuff is killer. I have way too much Jonnu to see like Darnell Washington rumbling into the end zone and like Firemouth doing more than him. All right, so we got Allen, Etienne, Nico, and McBride. Drafter after me can't take a running back or receiver, but that doesn't really help me because I don't need anything but running backs and receivers. So I think I'm fine with Chase Brown. So we could do Chase Brown. So let's do Chase Brown and Steph Diggs. We'll do a Diggs on the opposite side. We saw him light up Buffalo earlier. He still may have revenge in his heart. So this team will end up being Josh Allen, Travis Etienne, Chase Brown, Nico Collins, and Trey McBride. Sorry, I meant to have the board up. I forgot. I haven't been streaming in a while. Hampton is down there somewhere too. Yeah, that's a good point. Hampton is got to be a good scroll. Where is he? Yeah, he has to be because Vidal is here. Yeah, Hampton here at 35. Yeah, this is definitely a week where it makes sense to take some guys not at the top of the board because RJ Harvey, Swift, Hampton, Hall, like these are eminently draftable. Tony Pollard, eminently draftable names that are not being drafted. I mean, I know we keep stepping on the Ken Walker rake, but I definitely could see that, working if the Colts are really in trouble. Well, could have been in Miami again. Yep, Greg, if you told me we would have the same record as the Ravens and the Chiefs at this point in the year, I would have been absolutely euphoric. And instead, it's another mediocre season where we're going to miss the playoffs and get a crummy draft pick. Completely inept O-line early season. Jonnu's screen passes would have been epic. Yeah, I still don't know why we got rid of Jonnu. I still don't understand. Rip. Joel says, feel like the Bengals are going to be flat post-elimination sans T. Higgins. I could definitely see that. I could see that whole operation kind of winding down. But you never know. But I feel like that too, Joel. 18th round Roman Wilson has hit some of my lineups. Yeah, he was a healthy scratch last game. That was a little disappointing as someone who has some 18th round Roman Wilson as well, Chris. Joel says had 51% A-Chain and yeah, killer. I mean, he was in line for such a smash. Sean says, which Ravens tight end are you preferring? I don't know, man. I'm flipping coins here. Likely scored a touchdown and then they took it away for reasons I will not fully understand. That call still doesn't quite make sense to me. But then they just signed Mark Andrews to a massive extension, so it's clear he's like part of the plan forever. I don't know. I honestly, like I said, Sean, this is the first one I've done. I haven't looked at the slate. I think if people have strong opinions, I would encourage the chat to share them, because I don't really have one right now. Kieran says likely. He's playing him everywhere. Hey, Frog Clone, GM to you. Appreciate you so much. Hope you're having a great one, Frog Clone. Thanks for coming by this morning. Mike says, finally checked my draft on Peachstream. Finished third with A-Rich, Scatterbo, Connor, and Najee. No live running backs in week 14. Out by, oh my gosh, that's killer, Mike. That is absolutely brutal. Yeah. I mean, Scatterbo and Connor, and even Najee, like, those were good picks. And I know yesterday in Davis's channel, there was some Najee discussion. I think Najee was in line for a very good season. I think Najee was going to have the most annoying, like, 9 to 12 touchdowns you'll ever see if you were a Hampton drafter. Like, I think Najee was going to have many usable weeks in that offense. I think it was very clear. They always wanted it to be some form of split, just depending on who was going to be splitting and what the delineation was going to be. I think Najee was going to have some kind of role. Kieran says, every game I watched Lamar Jackson play, I think he was hooked up to soul-sucking machine. Yeah, I think he's just hurt, Kieran. I think he tried to play through the hamstring stuff and really just needed to heal. That's been my take on it. I don't know. Greg says, Mike Gesicki sees generational garbage time run. Yeah. Well, this is Chess Liam's world, and so it could actually be Noah Fant season, because I know he has a big Fant position. So I don't know. I'm not ready to say it's Gesicki yet. With Noah Fant ready to just show us who's running the show. Mythology says the Bengals and Ravens, along with the Pats and Bills game, are my favorite to pop this weekend. Yeah, I like the Pats Bills game. I do feel like I have some concern just off the rip about Bengals, Ravens, two teams that might feel like they're kind of, I mean, I know the Ravens are fighting for their lives. They're not technically out of it, but I feel like there is a little bit of like, we don't care risk seeping in. I don't know. Maybe it's too early because it's week 15, but yeah, I think on paper that seems like it should be two teams pushing each other. Lamar has not looked great. Likely 2028 breakout about to go. Well, tight ends can break out late in careers. That O-line took too many injuries. Sorry, Mythology, I wasn't sure which are you talking about the Bengals? I missed that. Hey, Jetstrap Roms, GM to you. I hope you're having a great one. Really wanted to see you. The Chargers. The Chargers. Yes. Yeah. It's been absolutely brutal for them. And then last night, like as I was watching, they were like getting more. But Jetstrap Bombs, I saw you on the bash, and then your audio stopped working. So I hope you're able to get on, because I was looking forward to that. But I hope you're having a great one. Appreciate you so much. Thanks for coming by and hanging out today. Mike says Andrews has better career averages versus the Bengals than likely, but outside the red zone, Andrews is only targeted within 5 yards, likely getting those bigger targets downfield. Can he not fumble? Yep. 2 weeks ago, he famously fumbled as he was going to score a touchdown, and that was bad. I don't know. Likely does seem like the more explosive player, but Andrews is just that like big end zone target that, I mean, the Ravens get in the red zone and it's just like, let me find a large tight end. And sometimes it's like Charlie Kolar, who may or may not play fullback as well. Either way, it's tight end country when they get down to it. Let's hop in one more here. Let's hop in one more BR. Let's see what the if we can learn the slate a little better here. We'll get the timestamps going. BR 2. Also, it's been 44 minutes, and I have not asked if you can like and sub. It would do me a ton of good. I would appreciate that so much. Appreciate you all so much for coming in and hanging out. But I know I sometimes can be bad about asking for for the likes and subs. And oh my gosh, we've got Buster's Boys in here. We got Cut Cutler, and we got J Dubs. So the early week Buster's Boys legendary rooms. Here we are. Mythology says, regarding Lamar, it's not injury, it's his inaccuracy. He's just missing wide open throws along with bad drops by pass catching crew. Lamar had the juicy week back in 14. He was running by guys on the tape. Oh, the injury back in, yeah. Yeah. I feel like people do have a tendency to just blame the injury, but I think you, and by people I mean me. But yeah, it does seem just like watching it, it's not quite the same. Because we know he has historically been extremely accurate. But yeah, it's just, things just don't look right. And my inclination is to just like blame the injury, say maybe he's having trouble like pushing off, like there's something mucking with his mechanics, like in his lower body. But whatever the cause of it, yeah, it's not just that he can't run. He's also missing a lot of throws. So I hear you there. I think your first team might be I hope so. I hope so, Terrence. That'd be pretty sweet if we just, one and done here. We get one in. We'll take Gibbs with our first pick. I'll put the board up so people can see what's going on. We got CMC at the 1.1. Of course, CMC had a bye last week. One of the contributors to dropping my advance rate is I spent the last week of best ball season saying CMC is my 101. If I see him, I'm clicking him. And so I pretty much got him in every draft that I had a top 6 pick in. So I ended up very overweight on CMC, and hopefully the week off going into the playoffs does him some good. All right, so we see Puka so we see a little string of receivers go. We see J-Dubs, he goes Allen Cook, which of course we know can work in certain circumstances if the game shoots out. Cook, I think he had a couple receptions last game. All right, let's see. All right, we're up. I don't really love the Jonathan Taylor stuff. I'll buy a Saquon share against the Raiders. I mean, my God, they are not good. Hey, Brian the Goober, GM, congrats on the DBQ. Hey, appreciate you so much, Brian. I hope you're having a great one. Yeah, thanks a lot. It was awesome, and I'm so glad I got to be there, and I feel like I drafted some good teams. We had a sweat, so that's really all you can hope for. Just hopefully next time, if there is a next time, the sweat ends a little better. But it was awesome to just be in the mix late. And so we got Gibbs and Saquon here. So I would have taken Devontae Adams. I think I'll take Kittle against Tennessee over McBride. I just did a McBride team. Obviously, this is a very different team, but I am sympathetic to Kittle at Tennessee. I mean, clearly Tennessee's got some problems defending tight ends. Harold Fannin broke the slate, and that was with David Njoku stealing a touchdown. So three tight end touchdowns over last week. We'll take George Kittle there. We'll draw some through lines. Obviously, I know it's a different game, and San Francisco is quite different from the Browns. But even so, I'm a little bit scared of this Houston defense actually like trying, whereas teams don't seem like they really try that hard against the Cardinals because they want Brissett to score fantasy points. Karen says, this is no country for old men. I'm scared for everyone over 29 in this. How old is CMC? I thought he was 29. How old is Christian McCaffrey? He's 29. Okay, he is 29. All right, well, so we're safe. Chris says, any sweat that yields profit is a good sweat. Maybe not the greatest, but still good. Absolutely there, Chris. Bindle says, Chad, my brother, hey, I'm doing great, Bindles. I hope you're having a wonderful morning. Appreciate you. Appreciate the support. Excuse me. And the Gale, happy advanced day. Yes, happy advanced day. Happy advanced day to all who celebrate. Hopefully it's all of you have at least something. We can get a little sweat going here. I think, do we just take Drake May? Let's take Drake May. I know we did a Diggs team. I kind of like the Diggs stuff. I like him as a scroll. I think that could be pretty fun this week. This is obviously a huge game for both teams. In that game, he's not a deep scroll. I don't think he's gonna be drafted every time, but I'm just gonna snag him here. And then maybe we'll see what's still there at running back. Still a Dawg Bowl win. Yeah, Bob, that's the dream. That's the dream. I wanted that trophy. I wanted that bronze Dawg Bowl that they have. So we'll take Diggs here. So we got Drake May, Jahmyr Gibbs, Saquon, Diggs, Kittle. I mean, with no bye weeks, these teams are all going to look like absolute all-star teams. I'll keep the board up so you can see what people are doing. Jackson Dart, I have to imagine that's ahead of ADP, taking Dart at 16 there from Cutler. Not that I mind it, because I think ADP this week after about the second round, it's so deep, and it just to me looks so flat that I wouldn't get too hung up on that. If you really, Cutler clearly wants to make a giant stack. He's got Wandale, he's got Johnson. If he has a running back he likes, then there's no reason to push it. So I like what's going on here. I'm going to start looking for my wide receiver scroll, and then we can recap all the teams. All right. Yeah, there's some kind of fun options. Just looking deep into the depths. Maybe not going that deep into the depths. Higgins, I have to think, is not going to play. I think he entered the concussion protocol. He was clearly concussed in that game. Tried to play through it. Had some weird drops. Bobbled the ball a lot. Kept pointing to his head. It was a tough scene. It was a tough scene that they kept him out there. And I say that as somebody who had Higgins on my best team. So God love him for playing through it. But that was it was almost a little scary to watch. It was pretty crazy that he was still out there. All right, so let's see. As far as scrolls, Jacoby Myers has my interest down here. I mean, he got 10 targets last game. Chris Olave almost ended up with a huge game. I'm gonna do Jacoby here, just because I think the volume is still there. Again, I think he only had about 38 yards. He did score a touchdown. I don't think he's going to be very highly owned at all. And I think he's kind of nice on this little team here. So we got Drake May, Jahmyr Gibbs, Saquon, Steph Diggs, Jacoby Myers, and George Kittle. Let's see what J-Dubs did. He goes Allen Cook, McBride, Henderson bring back, and then J-Mo and Debo. I like that. And of course, the immortal Buster's boy going Puka, Nico, JT, Etienne, Kelsey, and Stafford, a team that makes a lot of sense there from Buster's boys. Captain James says main slate with no bye feels so wild. So yeah, it's crazy. It feels wild. I mean, let's look at who didn't get drafted. Dowdle, Marks, Kyron, Judkins, Genty, Harvey, Swift, Hampton, Breece Hall. Like, these are third round picks in some weeks and they're undrafted. So that's crazy. Look at the quarterbacks: Burrow, Mahomes, Purdy, Goff, an overdrafted Shador, T-Law, Stroud, Nix. I mean, just Brissett against Houston, man, if you're clicking that, you are truly brave. But who knows? He is the king of garbage time. And I guess the worry there is Houston doesn't score enough points to get to garbage time. And the game is just close. And Houston's defense just like squeezes the life out of them. And then undrafted receivers, Higgins, Flowers, McMillan, Olave, Devonta Smith, Michael Wilson, McLaurin, Ladd, Jennings, Worthy, BTJ. So I feel like running back is deeper than receiver. Like some of these receivers are fine, but the running back names, I mean, I might find myself taking a lot of early receiver in obviously not every draft, but I think my lean would be early receiver, late running back. Obviously, I didn't really do that in this draft, but this is also only my second draft. And undrafted tight ends: Kincaid, Likely, Goddard, Gadsden, Hunter Henry, Andrews, Juwan Johnson, Tyler Warren, Colston Loveland. So again, a lot of flop lag, Brenton Strange. Definitely some clickable names down in the depths here as well. Chris said, still a Dawg Bowl win would have meant more for you than non-streamers. It's an inside baseball brag. Yeah, I mean, there's definitely the clout equity of the Dawg Bowl is a huge part of it. I mean, people, you want to win that. You want to win that tournament. Obviously not just for the money is a huge part of it, but yeah, it's more than that. And just going was awesome for me. And I'm thrilled I cashed 2 lineups. I cashed 2 lineups with 6 different players on it. I only had the 3 drafts. So I feel pretty good about that. I'll be honest. I feel like we had a very good week. Mythology saying hello to Bindles there. Yeah, Hartman going if he died, full Ivan Drago here. If he dies, he dies. On poor Higgins. Jacoby is a brand. He's a little bit of a brand play, I have to say. He did get me to the Dawg Bowl, and he was in one of my Dawg Bowl teams. But yeah, unfortunately, I never thought this would be Jacoby Myers' brand play. I drafted Jacoby once and rue the day. Well, there's always time. Jacoby Myers forgives all. Are you worried about the Chargers players outside? The running backs seem like they have so many mouths to feed. If anything, that makes me more inclined to take them because the uncertainty is going to lower ownership. And like when you draft these things, like 99% of your lineups are going to lose or just like min cash. And so to find a guy that could smash, like I don't know. I'm fine taking I'm fine taking a shot on a Ladd or even like a QJ kind of guy because most of these teams are dead anyway. Does New England Buffalo project for a lot of scoring? Mythology answering, he says opened at 50.5. Wow. It is a lot. Cincinnati Balt 52.5. That seems so high. That seems so high to me. Mythology says Detroit Rams 55.5. Oh my gosh. Yeah, Chris saying thanks. Only drafting those games right now. Yeah, I mean, you could make lineups only drafting those. Definitely could make some lineups drafting only those games. I guess I had 3 of those pieces with May, Gibbs, and Jacoby and Diggs there. But maybe we try to hit those games even harder. But yeah, appreciate that, Mythology. Definitely important to look at those game totals. And again, we saw that this week. Like in the Dawg Bowl, the 2 games you really needed were the Bills game, which shot out the Bengals games, and then the Cards Rams game. In both of those games, I think they were the 2 highest total, and they lived up to that. So, not lightly ignored are the Vegas totals. So we're hopped in a third BR here. Maybe we'll do one more before we get on out. But appreciate you all so much. Again, if you can drop a like, drop a sub. I got to update my my advance rate because it's lying to all of you. My advance rate is now below expectation, so I apologize. The scroll is a lie. But yeah, that's from a wonderful moment in time when I had 40 BBM teams advancing, and now I got 23. I think 23. Terrible stuff there. But again, it only takes one. All right, so we're in the 1 hole. We got Buster's Boy at the 3. We got J-Dubs at the 5. Hey, Fantasy Grinder. Fantasy Grinder was at the Dawg Bowl. Really great guy. Also, he won the I think he won the main BR week 4, maybe week 3. But very sharp drafter here, Fantasy Grinder. We'll keep an eye on him, and I will take CMC. We're off. We are off. Last year, Cincinnati ball games went over 70 twice. Oh my gosh. I had yeah, now that I think about it, I do remember those games. Again, I just have some concern about the state of both teams, with Cincy being essentially eliminated and Higgins being out and Lamar Jackson being not running / not being able to throw well. Like I just feel like we're going to hit some kind of ecosystem collapse in that game. But obviously if Vegas has it at 52.5, that is much more data driven than my vibes-based take that I am spouting right now. So I would choose your sources carefully on that. But I'm surprised. I am just surprised to see that they're that in on that game. No 12 persons today. No. I maybe. I don't have it in me to do a 12 person right now. I'm sorry. I'm just like, we'll see. Maybe tomorrow. But this would be a good slate for it because it's so deep. Check the box score. No, I believe you, Mathology. Lamar was running. Oh, last game? Yeah. But he got like chased down by like a D tackle. Like it just doesn't seem right. Maybe it was a defensive end. I'm being not like a 400-pound nose tackle, but it just doesn't seem right. It doesn't seem right. FK Cooler, some super interesting games in ownerships week 15 with Burrow and Lamar both being low advance rate pieces and JT having no QB. Yeah. I mean, I am very excited to see who smashes this week and ends up being like highly represented later on. Chris asking when playoff best ball dropping. I think the word is this week, possibly today. I'm not sure. Baltimore pass defense was tragic last year too. Yeah, they improved. They were tragic at the beginning of this year, but they've turned that around. Frog Clone saying Lamar looked a lot more healthy against the Steelers. He just had some mid throws. Okay, so people are fighting back on the Lamar stuff. So I'm willing to capitulate. I am willing to capitulate. All right, we got CMC here. Let's do. I know I keep saying I want to scroll at running back, but then I'm like, not. Yeah, I'm just gonna take. I should have taken Cook. All right, we'll take Cook, Rashi Rice. I think I could have scrolled at running back this time, but that's okay. We'll do a CMC, Cook, Rice here. Speaking of teams that are possibly not making the playoffs, the Chiefs. I think their odds are down in the teens to make the playoff, which is absolutely crazy. Jet Shot Problems, glad to hear it only takes one. I have 1 of 10 advancing. Well, it only takes one. Hopefully it makes a run, Jets drop bombs. That would be awesome. Steven noting that the culture working out Phillip Rivers, my God. 44-year-old Phillip Rivers out there. Would be something. I wonder if there's any, like, he could be like Joe Flacco level, or if he's just way past that. And my inclination is that he's way past that. I cannot imagine. I mean, late stage Phillip Rivers was not very good. Like at the end of his career, he was. I don't know. I don't even feel like we got the like Flacco-ian production out of him. I feel like the wheels had come off, but maybe my recollection is hazy. I don't know. I cannot imagine that working. Mike says, pretty sure it was just 2 or 3 years ago that game meant nothing for the Bengals, and they played all out to knock the Ravens, and the Bills got in. Bengals, the Ravens will still play. That's fair. It is still a division game. So you are probably right. And the Vegas totals are in agreement there. It's just so deflating. Like, they should have won that game against the Bills. Like, I don't know what happened. They were up 10 fairly late, and Burrow threw some absolutely inexplicable interceptions, and even then they had a chance. Like, it was, gosh, that to me it just feels like the air kind of went out of the Bengal balloon. But again, I'm not privy to their to what they're feeling there internally. All right, let's see. We did it, chat. Chat is back on the better place. I know. Now I'm like, oh, should I take Lamar Jackson? Should I capitulate? Zay Flowers just went. So, you know what? I'm going to be that guy. This guy should have taken Lamar first. If you wanted Lamar, you should have taken him. I'll do it. I'll do it for you guys, chat. Let's do Lamar. I do kind of want a Tet team. But I also like the scroll stuff. I can't click digs every time. All right, guys. I'll take likely. Let's do Lamar likely, and then we'll let the fates decide what wide receiver we get. And now we've also annoyed the Legion, who I'm sure when he took Zay Flowers was planning to get Lamar. I don't know. We'll see. Jetstrap Bombs. I believe a 50-year-old Rivers may be a better job option than Richardson. Man, or Richardson. I mean, what a terrible way to literally break your face than have one of those bands. Those bands scare me, and now I'm like legit. I always thought I was like being like cowardly, like, oh, those things are indestructible. But that like workout band like broke his orbital. I don't know. But yeah, they clearly do not seem enamored with AR there, but they need somebody. I'm blanking on who their third string quarterback is at this point. Who is it? It's not even on ESPN's page because Riley Leonard's hurt. I know they have somebody else there. I don't know who. Well, anyway, someone I'm sure will tell me. All right, so we are coming up. We still need a wide receiver here. Because they said Riley Leonard is week to week, which seems bad. We could also just take T. Higgins and play the Q tag game. And then if T. Higgins plays, we get him. Okay. Brett Rippon. God, he was terrible. Last time we saw Brett Rippon, my God. Not great. Not great. Let's do Wandale. We'll do a little bit of target. We'll do a little target hog. We'll pick on the Commanders defense there. So this team ends up being Lamar Jackson, CMC, James Cook, Rashee Rice, Wandale, and Likely. Mike notes, Chad the Integrity Commissioner, draft your quarterback first. Yeah. If you wanted a Lamar team, take Lamar. Maybe he didn't. Maybe he just wanted Zay Flowers unstacked. I don't know. Greg says no more face pulse with resistant bands to get. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Drop the big board. Yeah. Hey, Ball is Life. I'm with you. We need the pods. Hey, GM2 Ball is Life. Appreciate you so much for coming in and hanging out today. Steven says, oh, you're talking about the big board. You're talking about the big board itself. Yeah, that comes out when the playoffs happen. Yeah, Mythology says conference championship weekend. Oh my God. I can't believe we're going to be drafting big board teams in a month and a week, something like that. Is he related to the old Rippon? I do not know. Week to week in week 15 seems like it's Jover. Yeah, especially when your name's Riley Leonard. So pull that up. Tyler Warren might play QB, making him a great pick. We saw this when Purdy got Mark Rippon. Okay. When Purdy got hurt in that playoff game and he clearly couldn't throw. and they're like, oh, CMC is the emergency quarterback, and they would not let we all wanted to see CMC lined up behind center and just run the offense, and we didn't get it. I'm afraid we're not going to get that with Tyler Warren either, but man, that'd be fun. And we say it'd be fun, and it would be a nightmare because like we see someone like Brosmer, whose only job in life is to be a quarterback, and he gets a chance, and he's like a deer in the headlights. Like, it's such a hard position to play that we all want to see Tyler Warren go play some backyard football, and in reality, it would be like an abject disaster seeing a tight end actually attempt to play a full game as the quarterback. Busy schedule coming up. Sweat weeks 15, 17, Max PGA, MLB, Big Boy. Hey, FK Coolers, you're in the eye of the hurricane now. So good luck. Good luck. Mark Rippin's nephew. All right, there we go. Yeah, Hartman football is truly year-round now. It is truly year-round. No rest for us. All right, I'll do one more BR, and then I'll get on out of here. But appreciate y'all hanging out so much. You all are truly the best. Thank you so much for spending your morning here. Means a ton. We're gonna keep on going. We'll do some playoff best ball when the bigger ones drop for sure. Excited for that. And obviously when the big board comes out, we'll be doing that. And just like we just said, year round, we'll keep rolling with the punches. The next thing we know, it'll be week 1 DBQs, and we will be deep in the streets here. Chris says playoff best ball. Yep, absolutely. I didn't get too many way too early teams down. I think I got around 10 or something, but excited for the gauntlet and the mitten. Some Colts week 17 mid-show. The Gardner Minshew. That's who we need. Beastburf, GM Chad, congrats on the Dawg Bowl finish. Hey, Beastburf, appreciate you so much. Thank you so much. Yeah, it was awesome. I'm glad I didn't go, and I really just wanted to draft teams that I felt good about. You know, even the team that finished 56th, I don't feel like was bad. I really wanted 3 teams that were teams of players I liked. So regardless of finish, I'm happy with it, and obviously happy to have a couple of cashes in there. But just I feel like it was an awesome experience. Chris says the only way I got way too early I got down was on stream with Pete waiting for regular season payouts. Yeah. I don't know. It was a little hard for me to get geared up for it. I think mostly because I was so focused on trying to prep for week 14. But yeah, playoff best ball is fun, even though last year I didn't have very much success. All right, we're gonna follow Mathology's plan. All right, Mathology, here's the deal. We're gonna go with high total games. Let's just go with Allen and Derrick Henry. Oh, God. Derrick Henry looks like such dust. I'm switching. I'm doing an Amon Ra because that game also has a high total. Derrick Henry had a gorillion carries. And what was his ultimate line? 25 carries, 94 yards. Dear God. I don't know. It could be good against Cincinnati. I have to say. It could definitely be live against Cincinnati. But, man, the juice is not there. AZ Mountain Man, yes, it is real. Phillip Rivers in for some kind of workout. Cannot believe it. FK Course, were there any angles or players you wanted but your ADP didn't allow? Yeah, I had picked 7, 8, and 9. And I still don't know who I would have taken at the 101. It would have for me either been Cook or Achane. I don't know. I really wanted a Cook team, so I might have taken Cook, and that wouldn't have panned out. I also liked Achane. I wanted Wilson, but again, I was leery. I didn't want to pull him up into my spots. It would have been a lot of ADP, and also I liked some of those running backs. Running backs got thin, so I probably should have tried to get at least one because I thought I thought he was in line for another 15 target game. Those were the 2 big ones that I wanted. I would have loved an early draft pick for one of those 3, JT, Achane, or Cook, and then maybe I end up with with Wilson on one of those teams. But again, we had to work with what the room gave to us there. So a huge fall, Jonathan Taylor, ADP wise. I guess at a certain point you got to grab it. I don't know that you actually do have to grab it. Maybe you don't. Maybe you just let it go. But we'll grab it in this room. We'll take it here. And what are we doing? We'll take Jonathan Taylor and let's do Zay Flowers. We'll continue with our high total extravaganza, and we'll take Zay Flowers with no Lamar on this team. And B-Spurf, I'm sorry. Oh no, you took Lamar after me. Okay, so that wasn't my fault. How much prep did you do hours wise? I don't know. I would say probably like 20-ish, like just dedicated, sitting down, and trying to learn the slate. Not counting just like doing drafts. Like I spent as much time as I reasonably could. But I did spend a lot of time trying to get ready for that slate. So I knew, so I targeted guys I wanted. I knew, once the draft board started coming, kind of what the inflection points would be. If I took 2 running backs early, what would my other positions be? If I needed a late running back, what would that look like? It's like a lot of trying to like learn the decision points so that I'm not like on the clock actually making decisions, and I'm kind of just like going through what I'd practiced. I really wanted to be prepared in those drafts, and I felt like I was. I felt like I was never sitting there like, what do I do here? Like I felt like I kind of had it down. Flowchart Cincy. Well, one of these picks. We're gonna go back to the well. We'll take Kincaid with Allen, and then let's see. Let's get a fun running back. RJ Harvey's a little bit interesting to me here. If he's going to be this unowned, I think I kind of like that. Woody Mark's not a bad shout. Yeah, let's do an RJ Harvey team. I think I like that. So this team ends up being Josh Allen, Jonathan Taylor, RJ Harvey, Amon-Ra, Zay Flowers, and Dalton Kincaid. They might as well look at Nick Foles too. Yeah. What's Andrew Luck up to? 20 hours for 20K. Well, if you want to start counting all the DBQ hours in there, the numbers get a little squirrely, Chris. Likely the best click in this 6-man's. All right, you heard it here from Mathology. Likely the best click. We took him in the last one. You don't have to stack Josh Allen, obviously, but I did think that, Kincaid, it looks like he's tight end 7 on the board, so he's not going to be taken every time. Definitely wasn't fully healthy last week. We saw a lot of Dawson Knox, but hopefully one more week we see a little more Kincaid there. Hartman asking, did you have any big avoid players? Yes. I was not going to draft Jaden Daniels or Lamar Jackson. I thought I was very worried about the Daniels stuff coming off of the injury. Got lucky. Obviously, I didn't think he'd get re-injured, but I just didn't really love the spot against the Vikings. Lamar Jackson, I continue to be out on, even though the chat is convincing me otherwise. I had a big avoid on Lamar Jackson, and I had an avoid on Josh Jacobs, which was bad because he was fine. I ended up, my best team had Bijan on it. If you put Josh Jacobs on it, then I think I get like 5th. But Bijan, I thought even so, I think projected better than Jacobs, even with Bijan getting dinged. He opened at 4 in the goal line stands, and once ETR came out, or even before ETR came out, he was sliding, and he ended up at 7 or 8. Like I took him at ADP. He was the lowest ADP where I took him. I didn't love it, but I did like it more than Jacobs. I'll say that. But Jacobs ultimately would have been fine. I don't know why I was kind of just like picking on him. Steven says, I think he could be the number 1 tight end I've not drafted, but he's talking about likely. Well, there's the steam is real. Methodology's in on likely, so it seems pretty good to me. Yes, Tierras, my wife did enjoy the trip. It was awesome. And so did the kiddo. RM covers Goff revenge game. Oh my gosh. RM covers, appreciate you. Good morning. We got the Goff revenge narrative. Best ball, Alec. Hey, GM2 Best ball, Alec. It was awesome meeting you this weekend. I hope you're having a great one. Hope you had a good trip home, but thanks again for coming in, hanging out. Mythology, Lamar went for 22 last week. Time to change your opinion. I mean, the Vegas totals are telling me it's time to adjust my priors. So, all right. Let me do one more. BR, and then we'll get out of here. But if you can, because we're doing one more, please drop a like, drop a sub. It helps keep this little operation in, keeps the lights on. So thank you all so much. Jasta29, GM Ted, pleasure meeting you and your friend. Hey, Jasta29, it was an absolute pleasure meeting you. I hope you had a great one. It was so cool to meet you. So thank you again. And thanks for coming in and hanging out here. It's been so much fun drafting with you all season long. Chris, my only advancing BBM had Fannin, Likely, and Kraft. I mean, having Fannin and Likely as 2 of your tight ends is pretty good. I gotta say, even losing Kraft, that is not the end of the world. So we got V-Spurf in here, Eddie Lacy, another high volume player, great name, and of course, Buster's boys lurking in these early week drafts. All right, let me get the last timestamp up here. I think I missed a timestamp. BR5. All right. So we're in at the 4 hole. This will finally give us one of these elite receivers. Would love to get one of JSN or Puka here, but I would not say no if Gibbs fell to me for some reason. But wow. All right. So someone had said they have not seen JSN not go at the 1.1. B-Spurf gifted. Excuse me. CMC at the 1.1. B-Spurf gifted CMC in this particular room. You had 25 advancing teams. Your only advancing team with Likely had Fannin. Okay, gotcha. All right. Hey, 25 advancing teams, not bad. Doing better than me here with my 23. Lost 2 by less than a point. Feels like some run bad. All right, let's just take Puka. We will take Puka here. Mythology saying Likely feeding families. So we got Mythology here putting air in the Likely tires. All the early week drafts come preloaded with Buster's boys or Patrick Barnes. Yep. Inescapable. All right, let's do Nico. Let's pick on the Cardinals just a touch here. We'll pull the board up. We'll see Buster's boys. He goes Amon-Ra Allen. Let's see what B-Spurf does. We've gone Puka Nico. So this is like a very BBM start. We got Puka Nico. You know, we got a little bit of a faller on Nico here from the 9 hole. Chris lost 4 BBM teams by less than 8 points over 14. I know it's crazy when you realize how long the season is, and to lose by like these tiny margins. Absolutely, BBMDB is a blessing and a curse because we can see these things, but you never know. Hopefully, the surviving teams are that much stronger, and maybe some team that would have beaten your team later got eliminated by the same thing. You never know. All right, so we got Puka, Nico. Let's see what DJRJ does. Username is a whole mouthful there. He's winding the clock before finally taking full 30 seconds. This is going to be an amazing pick to take Trey McBride at ADP. All right, we'll just take Kittle. Again, I do like the Kittle stuff. It also opens Purdy, who's going to, I think, be fairly unowned in this contest. Texans defense is a lock on DK. They have no chill. I'm assuming they're going to be like 4,200. Maybe that's too high because the Cardinals offense hasn't been bad. I don't know. What are they? I'm guessing they're the highest price team. All right, we got Travion, we got Jacobs, we got Chase Brown. What do we want to do? What do we want to do? Talk to me, Goose. I don't know if let's take, all right. Oh my God. Oh, I missed my pick. I took the full 30 seconds. I'm everything I've swore to destroy. All right, we got Lamar Jackson on the team. We've got a unstacked Lamar situation here. So there we go. I was debating taking Drake May. I thought about this being a Stafford team, so I was looking at running backs, and then I kind of just fumbled the old bag. So if DJR can only take one running back, Beastburf and Texas Fox are done. So we will get one of these backs if we want them. It's just this range is making me a little more sketchy than perhaps I should be. I'm almost wondering if I could do a full 3 receiver team and take Zay Flowers if he falls to me, but I don't know. A bunch of these players need receivers, so Flowers might go. Deep room makes wide receiver starts workable. We are about to find out. We got the Hendo call. We got the Lamar call. Yeah, I you guys know I don't normally take my full 30 seconds if I don't have to. And man, the karma got me. It's the universe sending a sign. Trust mythology, Lamar's back. That's what I'm hearing. All right, let's do Zay Flowers. We'll do a 3 wide receiver team. I think this is going to be very disfavored with how deep running back is. But I don't mind these guys. I mean, Puka, Nico, Flowers with Lamar. That seems like fun. We could potentially do a Chase Brown bring back. I'm not as bring back committed as some, but I do feel like on this team it could definitely make sense. So let's do it. We'll just queue up Chase Brown here. Again, things got away from him. Pirine being there is somewhat annoying, but I don't think I mind it here. If we're gonna need this game to kind of shoot out, and so let's get a couple pieces of it. So we'll do a Chase Brown team. So we got Lamar Jackson, Chase Brown, Puka, Nico, Flowers, and Kittle. But everyone, this was awesome. I had so much fun getting back in the BR streets. We'll do some playoff best ball when that contest drops. Maybe when the pods come out, we can start looking at some of that stuff. It definitely crystallizes a little bit more. We can see some, maybe we can look more at some of the advance rate numbers. But everyone, this was awesome. Glad you're back, says Chris. Hey, glad to be back. On your way out, if you can, drop a like, drop a sub. It would mean a ton. But I will see you all tomorrow. Again, 8:30 a.m. Same great time, same great channel. And Mathology says, Flowers will see DJ Turner floor game for Zay. I forgot about the DJ Turner flow chart. The Romo Dunze guy. We learned his name when he shut down Romo Dunze. And now he shuts down Zay Flowers. You hate to see it. NBA Dawg Bowl. Not here, Justa. I do not know enough NBA ball to be in those. You might see me in one just because what if? But no, I will leave that to the ball knowers. Frog Clone. Hey, Frog Clone, appreciate you so much. Thank you so much for coming in and hanging out. All right, I'll see y'all tomorrow. Take care.